Unbelievable.
Let's talk about the Knicks.
Motivate.
The Knicks, all of a sudden, have won 8 straight.
Uh-oh.
Now 18-13. They're in 6th place. Let me show you the full screen here. First 23 games, they were 10-13. Not very good. Everyone's like, fire Tibbs.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 8-0. Offense is alive. Pace is pretty good. 3-point percentage. Ball's going in. Brew, do you believe in the Knicks, or is this just our yearly illusion?
Well, look, this is what's going on.
Okay, great.
The Knicks are doing what the typical Tom Thibodeau team does, playing harder than just about anybody else. And now you had the offensive numbers. They're good offensively. Mm-hmm. Defensively, over this streak, I think they've been the best in the league or close. They're 7th overall in defensive rating in the season. And a lot of that's based on the last few games. So if you play hard, which Tibbs teams do, and his teams generally win a lot of games in the regular season, a lot more than you might think looking at their roster. And so that's what's happening. Are they a contender to win the East? No. But they're playing hard, they're playing defense, and they got 3 good offensive players.
Win a series?
And 2 players. They got 2 players who I just got to throw this in because I got some text. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, who should have been on the pyramid.
Facts.
Absolutely. And R.J. Barrett got an argument.
No, R.J.
He's
Barrett's
better than
been
Franz Wagner.
bad.
That's what.
No, absolutely not.
Ramsey loves it.
I'm not listening. Hold on a second. Wait a second here. What is
it with Franz Wagner?
Okay, nobody.
I mean, all of a sudden he's like awesome.
Take that. Then replace him with Kyle Kuzma or Kristaps or someone else who missed the pyramid. R.J. Barrett right now is not a top 100 player in the NBA. R.J. Barrett is worse this year than he was last year. And the reason the Knicks are not for real is because he hasn't taken a leap. They certainly missed out on Donovan. And I record this Knicks media and play it back never when I'm proven wrong. This Knicks team is a threat to no one in the playoffs. And in 6 weeks, we'll be talking about, are they going to make the playoffs? You know I'm right, Wild.
Well, yeah. Hey, I'm a Wembanyama guy. You know me.
Yeah.
Either way, we either make the playoffs.
You're not getting Wembanyama.
Well,
why not?
pick one. Playoffs or Wembanyama. Well, then let's be bad.
They're going to be stuck in the middle.
No middle.
And the idea that Julius Randle, people are pretending he's a winning player. No, he's not.
No, he's playing well.
I'm just saying Randle and Brunson.
All right, let's talk about the reigning time
It takes a lot of time. It's 55 people.
Denver beat the Grizzlies yesterday. You don't like him.
It's not accurate that I don't like him.
Well, you don't love him.
You haven't.
Here are some categories where the Joker is lead. Holy cow.
Wow.
Double-doubles. We got win shares. Box plus minus. We know that's a favor. You stay up late looking at that. Plus minus. VORP.
That second to last one's important. Yeah. Leading the Western Conference.
Number 1.
It's actually leading to winning this year.
So, with all of this,
yeah.
you want me to start with Brew, or do you want to go?
I'll go.
Brew's got to vote. Would you be willing to vote for him for MVP?
No.
That's unfair.
Okay, Brew, here's the thing. 15 guys have won 2 MVPs. All right? All but 4 of them, the voters wouldn't let them win their second until they had made a finals. And 2 of them, the players then vindicated them. Jordan got his second before he made the finals. The year he got it, he won the title. Giannis got his second before he made the finals. A year later, he won the title. Then there was Nash, and then there's Jokic. The 3-time MVPs, forget 3 in a row, the 3-time MVPs are Kareem, Russell, Jordan, Wilt, LeBron, Moses, Larry, and Magic.
Not 3 straight.
No, just guys who have ever won 3. I do not think it is ridiculous to say that Nikola Jokic is done winning MVPs until he at least makes a finals, much less wins a title. I think that is the standard we used to have. Nash, it hurt Nash. If you remember Nash's the year it would have been his 3rd one, was statistically his best year, similar to what's happening with Jokic, and he didn't come close. Didn't come close. Giannis, the year it would have been his 3rd one, he got 1 first place vote out of 100 because he hadn't won. True. So are we going to keep changing the rules?
Well, the rules are changing. I mean, in many ways. Number 1, Westbrook, when he won it with the triple-double, because of, the team didn't have a great record. Jokic, winning it last year. Right, not a great record. And even games played, because so many guys sit out and load manage. But I'm with you generally. I was just going 3 straight. Forget 3 overall.
Just 3 overall.
3 straight. Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird. So it hasn't been done in what will be 37 years. I'm with you because when Nash, I remember talking to people that were promoting Nash to me, like off the record, got agents, all that. And I was like, I'm sorry, he can't. Yeah, I can't put him in that group of
Why are
three.
you penalizing him because he won?
He's playing well, but look,
No,
Giannis,
it's because of what he
Giannis,
hasn't
LeBron,
done.
and Jordan all played well enough to win 3 straight.
Of course,
but there was a voter fatigue.
But it's not. It would be one thing if it were he is just the overwhelming dominant player in the league, and the only
nobody's
argument
close,
against him
right.
is voter fatigue. The argument against him is, since he has hoisted the MVP trophies, he's yet to make round 3. He made round 3 before he was an MVP, so he's never made the finals. And that's how the voting has been done forever, dating back to Moses Malone, who they didn't let win his second until he took the Rockets to the finals in '81.
All the guys in front of him would have to. You keep him in.
This is sad.
No,
This is
I mean,
sad.
I have a sober analysis of Jimmy
No, but
Garoppolo.
that's not why it's sad.
Nick, you just kill him, and I'm saying, hold up.
You know why
he
it's
wins.
sad? You know why it's sad? Wilds, do you remember back when Cooper Rush was playing?
Yeah, of course.
And Brew mocked and scoffed at the analysts that would argue, well, if Cooper keeps winning, you got to play him over Dak. So, Brew,
Can I respond?
Am I to take this to mean you think Dak Prescott? Because I know he's not Mahomes and Rodgers and those guys. You think Dak Prescott is far and away in a different tier than your beloved Jimmy Garoppolo?
He's in a different tier.
Wow.
He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, I have no problem
Doesn't
saying
win.
that. My 10 toes, if you could see them, are down.
Wow. Okay, well then I guess maybe I've misjudged your Jimmy G love.
I thought Jimmy G was as good as Dak?
I thought you probably thought he was better. I mean, you love him. You put him on these graphics.
Not listening to my tape.
No,
Go ahead.
Not listening to my
I think
tape.
it's a totally different situation. They tried to get rid of Jimmy G. I mean, he's there by accident.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
lucky.
things didn't work out and ended up being really.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they could have had Purdy all year.
And Dallas made Dak the franchise quarter. It's a totally different equation with backup quarterbacks. But with Purdy, if he's winning, you're probably going to stay with the hot hand. There'd be no reason to necessarily go back to Jimmy G. And I remember in our first Super Bowl run, we had Tom Brady, and then we had to make a decision with Drew Bledsoe whether to bring him back in, and we stayed with Tom. Now, Drew ended up playing the AFC Championship game when Tom got dinged up, threw a touchdown. I mean, it all worked out great. But if things are rolling, Brock Purdy's doing what they're hoping he can do, it's hard for me to imagine during the midst of the playoffs they're going to change him.
Coach, that first year, not first year, but the year you guys won the Super Bowl, Tom's first year, after you guys made the decision to stick with Tom, was there any moment or right before the postseason another meeting of, all right, now we've probably overachieved what we thought. We were 5-11 last year. Now we're in the playoffs. We have a real chance at doing something here. We have the highest paid guy in the league ready now. Was there that real discussion, or was it never a question?
I wish I could tell you that we had a staff meeting to discuss it, but we didn't.
Oh.
There was only one person that made that decision, and probably two. It was probably Bill and Robert Kraft who made that decision. But it was never in doubt. It was never one of those things where you got the impression that Bill was wavering on whether or not to stay with Tom or not. And things had gone so well. We were on such a hot streak. And it'd be the same thing in the playoffs. If anything, the 49ers were trying to get rid of Jimmy G because of how he performed in the playoffs.
Exactly.
I think that's the reason they got so disenchanted with him in the first place. So now to think that they would move back to him with Brock Purdy playing well.
I could see Jimmy G's leadership, even on the sidelines.
Oh, my God.
Still having an effect on the entire.
You abandoned him.
Well, they do love him.
You literally abandoned Brew, and you figuratively abandoned Jimmy G weeks ago and came over here.
That's why they call me facts over feelings. Once I saw the numbers, how far he's throwing the ball, I got to move.
Stealing my name now.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing, and you know I'm a Brock Purdy guy too. There's no rule you can't be both.
Wait, you're already a Brock Purdy
he's
guy?
from
well,
Iowa.
we
That was
Iowa.
quick.
We got an
Oh,
Iowa
okay.
connection there, yeah. But and that's in the bylaws. You can check them after the show, Coach. But Purdy has a lot of the intangibles that Jimmy G has.
Oh.
He does have.
I wonder
some
where he
leadership.
learned that from.
Right. Oh, he probably learned it from Jimmy G.
Obviously.
So Jimmy G's still having an impact.
Jimmy G's still having an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be Super Bowl MVP.
At the
just
Niners
for
meeting their
So
team
down.
deductible.
Can LeBron carry the Lakers with AD out? I hope so. Top 10 player. That's Sacramento.
If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough,
he was like, all they have is Josh Allen. And by the way, while Brew was busy with Dusty, what arbitrary nonsense graphic can we make? You know what I was doing? I was scouring the injury reports, as I always do. And do you know who popped up on the Bills injury report today for the first time as a limited participant in practice for the first time since before Thanksgiving? Their old one-man show quarterback. So if all you have is the quarterback, and now he's banged up again because he's the only way you can run and move the football, that seems like a problem. Sounds like maybe I should replace the Bills with the prince I was promised, but I'd have to ask the committee for that.
We're up against the break, but I'm going to show you 2 Cowboys full screens.
Please.
The Cowboys have somehow gone from overrated and overhyped to underrated. Here's the first one. If you consume a lot of mainstream media, you think that Dak Prescott is no good. But when you crunch the numbers, turns out Dak Prescott, really good. Since he's come back, 35 points a game is excellent. Yards per game over 400. The running game, which you call thunder and lightning, out there cooking. And third down percentage, also excellent. We don't have the graphic for you, but trust me, take my word for it. The other idea is that the interception streak, there's 2 interception streaks that I want to break. One is Trayvon Diggs doesn't have any interceptions. I think he gets one versus Gardner Minshew. 2, Dak has thrown interceptions in 6 of his last 7 games. I think he just holds on to the ball so the offense gets a little bit more conservative, or no fun catches the ball, and Trayvon comes up with one. So I think they get the win over the Eagles. They move up a little bit in the scale.
Okay, listen, I think the Cowboys, I think you bring up some great points. I think the Cowboys have lost almost everyone's trust as far as their ability to consistently play at their highest level, but I agree with you on what they can do. I also would like to compliment you. We were unable to show your graphic because Brew's inability to follow his own graphic screwed up our whole production room, and because of that, give me your piece of paper, Wiles.
Sure, hold on.
No, that piece of paper. Wiles was reading stats. They're right there. They're so small, and you did it like a true pro. I saw it from there. And I'm like, oh, his old eyes can't read those.
They might not.
You nailed it. You nailed it, buddy.
You might have made him out.
Good job. Well, I saw it, and you were just kept going. That was outstanding.